This Sea of Thieves is bigger and stranger than any of us know. I reckon you've learned as much or you wouldn't be standing here. There'll always be new stories to tell, riches to plunder, and monsters to chill the blood of anyone brave enough to seek them out.
The Pirate Lord's backstory is shrouded in mystery, and the game doesn't provide a detailed history of his life. However, he is a legendary and immortal figure within the Sea of Thieves universe. He is often depicted as a wise and enigmatic individual who possesses great knowledge about the Sea of Thieves and its various secrets. The Pirate Lord plays a significant role in guiding players through their adventure in Sea of Thieves, offering quests and challenges and providing insight into the game's lore. His presence is felt throughout the game, and his legacy is part of the Sea of Thieves experience. While the game doesn't delve into the comprehensive history of the Pirate Lord, it keeps a sense of mystery around the character, adding to the overall sense of adventure and exploration in the Sea of Thieves world. Now I know why most of you are here, to listen to my wildly sprung theories about the Sea of Thieves lore, and up until now there hasn't been much in terms of revelations where the story has been concerned. The game has been focusing too much on crossover storylines that don't really tie in that much with the Sea of Thieves story. That said though, it has shed some light and perhaps some understanding into the true purpose of the Pirate Lord's agenda. Within the Monkey Island tall tale, Guybrush's memories were so passionate and precise that by using the now tainted Sword of Souls, LeChuck was able to force Guybrush's memories to be so incredibly vivid that the Sea of the Damned literally took on the form of reality. There was no ghostly visage or Sea of the Damned ambience to the area. Unlike the memories of Captain Jack Sparrow, the area that the Sea of the Damned created from his mind was indistinguishable to the untrained eye. Almost perfect, apart from one thing: Guybrush's memories were incomplete, and as such, his fogged memory took on the form of a physical fog, covering the island in a shroud, which we as heroes were able to assist with, and eventually clear this haze and reveal the rest of Melee Island, and in turn, lift the veil for Guybrush. As we helped Guybrush reveal his past, so did his memories of past events ripple over Melee Island, with him at the center as the focal point, almost like an explosion of ethereal manifestation, creating forgotten locations and people from the past. Now let me remind you all of the Pirate Lord. We see him as an eternal guardian of sorts, a force of good. But back when he was just known as Ramsay, a normal flesh and blood human being, he was the first person to sail to the Sea of Thieves before the ancients dwelled here long ago. He was the first to discover most of the islands, and with his discoveries, other pirates began to travel here in his shadow. Many things happened in his journeys within this realm. Alliances were forged, and enemies were made. But during all of this, the Pirate Lord continued his discoveries. He continued his research, but a member of his crew during all of this betrayed Ramsay in a way like no other had done before. Rathbone. His lust for greed led him to be cursed and created the Gold Hoarder who we know today. After this betrayal, not much is known about the Pirate Lord's past, but at some point in his history, it's believed he chose to sacrifice his living form and create the Athena's Fortune Tavern, a place where only the most legendary of pirates can come to share their stories with the Pirate Lord's crew. Located somewhere in the center of the Sea of Thieves. And as we all know, the Sea of Thieves is surrounded by a thick fog known as the Shroud. You could say the central focus point of an ethereal explosion that expanded and revealed islands and people in its wake.
Now this is what I like to see. A grand adventure, a fight to the death, and a great big pile of treasure.
It's important to remember that the Pirate Lord has been here longer than any of us. He's seen the good, he's seen the bad, he's made friends, and he's seen death. He knows all of the secrets that these seas hold, and has likely known about them for a long time, even keeping these secrets from his friends. For example, he would have known long before us that the ancients once tried to merge the worlds, and scarred the lands from doing so, and he knew of the talismans that they held secret. The Pirate Lord fought long and hard to transform piracy into a trading company, and when the inhabitants of Sea of Thieves disagreed, as they always did, he must have taken matters into his own hands. Could it be possible that everything that has manifested in the Sea of Thieves after his initial landing is the result of the Pirate Lord's own memories, manifesting like an explosion of ethereal magic? Think about it. We wake on an island with no memory of our past, with him greeting us. Every time we join the seas, we rise from a tavern table, all our past deeds forgotten, and our ship waiting for us anew. And the only time he calls on us is when his Sea of Thieves is in danger, not ours. In fact, the first time we ever saw him outside of his tavern was at the ending of the Shores of Gold, where we vanquished his old crewmate. And the Pirate Lord knew of the powers that the Shores of Gold held. Funny how he magically turns up after the deed was done and did not intervene in any way. Maybe the Shores of Gold was a distraction so he could fulfill his true mission, to recover something valuable from its lair, so he could exist whenever he wanted outside of his tavern. And within his tavern, he keeps all of his belongings safe, but happens to have one thing snuck away from prying eyes. The heart of Sea of Thieves, the heart of manipulation, using the power of the veil to create an army of people brought forth by his own memories. Us. They will always do his bidding, making sure that his blessed Athena Tavern and his immortality will always be protected.
Your deeds have ensured you a place alongside the most legendary pirates to ever sail the Sea of Thieves. Today, we are honored to welcome you into our crew.
Maybe, but that's the great thing about speculation. It's not always correct, so shut your face.